what happens when Shakespeare's pen is handed to his wife and Juliet decides not to die for Romeo? You get And Juliet, a glittering pop-powered musical that flips the script on one of literature's most iconic love stories. And Juliet opened last night at the Paramount Theatre, and we have two of the actors from the show up early to be in studio with us. Welcome Teal Wicks, who plays Anne Hathaway, not that Anne Hathaway, and Corey Mock, who plays Mr. Shakespeare himself. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Love being
so
here.
exciting.
Yes. So Corey, I want to start with you. Why do you think fans are connecting to this show so much?
The music. All the songs were written by Max Martin, who little people know has the most #1 hits out of anyone in the world, even more than the Beatles. It's really crazy. He's written for the Backstreet Boys, for Katy Perry, for Britney Spears, and dozens of other artists, and all of these songs are put into our show around the story of Romeo and Juliet and what would happen if Juliet decided not to end it all over Romeo. So the songs are really the calling point, and they're great because any age of person knows these songs. If you're alive in the world today, you're gonna know at least half of the songs and probably more, and all the lyrics to at least the choruses of each song. So it's the music that really sends people away just like really excited and dancing in the aisles.
Yeah, resonating, singing along. And Teal, your character Anne is often a footnote in Shakespeare's legacy. So how did you build her up for this role?
I mean, luckily, the script that we have by David West Reed, who was one of the creators of Schitt's Creek, he just wrote a really wonderful, very clever, very witty script. And Anne just sort of comes to life on the page. I loved researching roles, so I tried to do my research, and there's very little known about the original Anne Hathaway. There's a lot of fan fiction, so that I kind of ran with some of that because it's great. Why not, you know? And I really sort of felt open to just kind of bring as much as myself as I could to Anne, and to let her story, her journey and story really resonated with me. She's with her husband, but she's been in the country. They don't spend a lot of time together, trying to reconnect with him and be a part of his work, and also take some agency over her own sort of artistic, creative will, and no pun intended, will. And it's just embracing that as much as I can, and then infusing it with my own weird silliness that the script just allows for so much freedom to just kind of take it and go crazy.
Amazing. And Corey, I know your role, you've said, just feels like it was written for you as well. So what makes this such a perfect fit?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes in theater, when you look like me, they give you the kind of like just the boring like Prince Charming roles.
He's beautiful. Look at these
eyes. Well, thank you. I'm not asking for a compliment, but in answering your question, yes, that normally happens. So when I'm given an opportunity to do something that is like kind of like this like washed up boy band character who has as much comedy as any other character role in the Broadway canon, I jumped at it because I am a comedian at heart, I think, and I just thought that to take this role around the country for a year would just be the icing on the cake of a really great career so far. So I'm so happy to be doing it. Yeah.
Wow, so funny. And what has been your favorite moment on stage together so far, or favorite piece of this play?
Together, because we have so much. I mean, our scenes together are just they're the heart of the show. They're also the comedy of the show. The story is going, and we kind of bring the audience back and be like, hey, this is what we're doing next. But my favorite moment is my first entrance into the show, and it's our first scene together, and it just really sort of sets up this dynamic. I've come in from the country to cheer him on as like the celebratory like wife, being like, yeah, you got this, babe. But I'm like, oh, but I have ideas, maybe da-da-da. And it's just, it really sets up the dynamic between these two. And it's the first time that we have the song in that number is I Want It That Way, iconic Backstreet Boys.
Iconic.
but we really use it as storytelling musical theater device and moving the plot forward. And it's a duet, and the song has never made more sense to me than as a duet. And I'm like, oh, that's what it's about.
But also, you know, as the show continues, the audience starts to realize that all of these songs, these 20 or 25 songs, are all being used in service of the plot. They're not just like, sometimes in jukebox musicals, a song will just show up out of random, and we're just like watching and trying to figure out why it's there. You'll never have that with this show because it's always in service of the scene, in service of the characters, in service of the plot. And that's where the comedy comes in, because the song starts and the audience is like, oh my God, of course, yes. Of course they're singing this. It makes so much sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for spending time with us today and taking the time. And you can catch And Juliet at the Paramount Theatre through this Sunday, August 3rd.